Hello guys, this video will show you how to model stickers, how to create some wrinkles and crumples. The next video will show you how to apply them to various objects. Alright, so I've got these two kind of images here. The top here, these circular stickers. For these details here, you can use the displacement map, a normal map, you can even sculpt it, you can even model it in manually. I'll show you later. Let's cover some of these more simple ones right here. Alright, so first of all, let's create a basic surface. Let's create like a sphere. And real quick guys, if you are interested in modeling furniture, I have a new course on how to make a variety of objects from fancy leather couches to chairs and a whole lot more. Link is in the description. And then let's create cylinder. Right, some surfaces that we can apply stickers to. Let's create a box here with kind of chamfered edges here. You can hold down Alt and then move left and right to increase sides, and then kind of let go of Alt to change the width, and then you can let go of the left mouse button to change this. Alright, so these are the things that we'll be applying the stickers to. Alright, so for the sticker itself right here, modeling a sticker is very simple. You can just, for example, start with a plane. I'll go ahead and center it. I'll just give it the same number of length and width here. Alright, and so you can have a square sticker, or I can use the regularizer script to get this. Maybe just kind of inset that, because if I try and turbo smooth this, it's going to maintain the edge here, the angle, but I can go ahead and kind of inset like so. There we go. Same for this. If you want it to be a little more rounded on the edges, you can go ahead and inset. And now you can get that roundness right here, which you would not get without that inset. Alright, so making the stickers is as simple as that, but then the question is, how do you make it kind of peel like that? And a simple way to make it peel, let's go ahead and create a backup of this, is that first of all, I'll press Q several times to change the selection mode. Let's say I want the bottom left to peel off. I'll just select that. I'll kind of rotate around here and switch the rotate tool, and I'll kind of use this outer screen space rotation. What you'll notice is that it kind of rotates down, so I can kind of rotate it and kind of move it up. And just like that, you get that nice little peeling off effect, depending on how much you want it to peel. If you want it to be more advanced though, how do you get a more advanced peel? Well, first of all, you need more topology. So you would go for like maybe 2 iterations and apply it probably on top. And then I would go ahead and let's see here. Let's create a cylinder. With this cylinder, we're going to define where the bending takes place. Right, and now I'm going to change the radius. And let's say I wanted to kind of bend around here. Right, now go ahead and select what I want to be kind of bent. And I will also use a soft selection. Now I'll apply the bend modifier, and I'll go here into the object sub-object level. For center, I'll press Alt A, and I'll select this here. I'll make sure it's set to the same orientation here. All right. So Alt A is how you align things, and orientation is the rotation of this little thing here as well. Alright, I'll just need to change this here. Alright, I just need to kind of You just kind of work things out until you get the proper result here. And now you guys are seeing we have kind of a more advanced fold right here. And you can change some of the sub-object locations here to change where it takes place. I don't know if I need to change the soft selection values here. I mean, it seems that maybe soft selection is not unnecessary here. Soft selection is usually a good idea in many situations. Right, so you can have kind of a more advanced fold like so. If you want, you can apply a little bit of shell, just a little tiny bit, and then turbo smooth, and so you have that kind of folding sticker like so. So this is how you can kind of modify the sub-object level where the gizmo takes place, the bend modifier, and get this kind of bend happening. Another thing is if you do have a kind of like this, you can do it manually by changing the topology. So what I could do is make it very simple. And I can make the cuts right here. And I can kind of insert loops through here. And kind of get this as well. All right. Once again, if you want this to be more rounded, you know what to do. Simply get rid of this. Let's quickly flip it. And do like this. All right. So guys, that is how you can do that kind of sticker like so. All right. Let's also cover how we can create this kind of crumpled up result, which guys, it can be as simple as, you know, you open this up in Photoshop, you save this as a black and white image, and you apply this as a bumper NOR map. Perhaps we'll show that in a future video, but let's also show how we can just kind of model this manually, starting with this simple example here. All right. We don't need to have too much topology, we'll just go with this right here. So we'll just go ahead and kind of make the cuts here. And then we'll go ahead and, you know, cut right here. And then move that up. And then let's apply turbo smooth. Alright, and just like that, guys, you can get this kind of look. And you can make it, you know, very subtle. The good thing about this, guys, this is an example of like where good topology goes out the window, because you don't need good topology here. The result, the intention is to make it look very messy here. So you should not worry about like trying to maintain a good topology in this case. You know, you have that little kind of soft result there. All right. Now over here. All right, move this up. Let's move this a little bit inside. All right. Alright, so as you guys can see, you can actually have a pretty good time just modeling this kind of manually like so. And you can actually kind of break the rules of good topology, because you are trying to get something which is very messy. Alright, there you go, guys. So you can kind of use this to get the results that you want. And you can even kind of make it, you know, more complex like this. Another thing you could do is just kind of apply on top. You can use some of the freeform tools. You can use things like push, pull. And hold down Control Shift to decrease the size. And let's also decrease strength. But you probably need to have more density to make it work. I think in many cases I prefer just to, you know, just kind of model things manually, just because I think it provides the simplest result. Because you keep it as simple as this. So even though I do like sculpting, I do think a lot of times modeling things manually allows you to keep it as simple as possible. All right. So looking over the sticker results. Another thing we can do, guys, is to have a custom pivot which can help us as well. You saw in this example how I used that little cylinder to create a little custom pivot. In this example, let's say I flip this again, and I want to have a little bit of peeling right here. I can use the Versace script to select this, and then press the button for the hotkey, and that will make my pivot like so. And then I can left click, press the button for the script, and then kind of hover over like so. And what that would do is actually make my pivot there always. So normally, guys, when you select something, you can see how the gizmo will change to be at the center of your selection. But if I select this and rotate it, it's not going to be where I want it to be. So I will select this, press the button, and then I will left click and hold, press the hotkey for the Versace pivot script, hover over a vertex, and it will now place. Not only will it have the same orientation as this edge, but it will have the location of that vertex. What does that mean? Well, it means now I can actually rotate exactly around here. And this could be a good method for the folds as well. A little bit more precise, a little bit slower, but sometimes you need that. Alright guys, so this video has covered how you can model the stickers. Next video I'll show you how you can apply them to various objects. Thank you for watching and take care.